Hello guys, and welcome to episode 31 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Integer on Rising Tide. And today it looks like the game is finally going to come to an end. We have our Emancipation Gate here, and we only have 4 more turns worth of units to put into it, and we have won the game. So let's get on with it. Let's move this savage from Blauvold to Demud with the phasal transporter there. We'll get the vortex out of Vespada. We've changed our navy so that it's about twice the size as it was. It's pretty incredible. We've been pumping out units, and it's really turned the tide of the battle on the water. And now we have our sights on Manuel in order to destroy the Brazilian Exodus Gate. So what we're going to do is try and destroy that Exodus Gate in this episode. If not, then we win the game anyway, by the looks of things. But let's do nothing with this orbital laser, and that one too. The orbital lasers have done their job now, and they can take a break, even though they're only robots, I guess. Let's see what we can do with our Seraphs. This one can attack the Jellyapod. And my units, we have quite a few units that need orders, but we might be able to move on to the next turn already. Yeah, we can. So it looked like we had a few to move, but they're all fortified, so it didn't really matter in the end. And now it seems my Carver is going to get hit pretty hard. My Seraphs in Berat, did we use them to attack stuff rather than putting them on air intercept? Because that is quite a big mistake on my part, unfortunately. It means my Carver might be killed. We're just gonna have to wait and see if it can survive the beating. It's definitely doing a lot of damage to the enemy aircraft. Hasn't died just yet, but will the Devastator finish it off? Yes, it will. My Golem did not die as far as I know, and neither did that Prime Jellyapod. An agreement was cancelled. Utama didn't want private arms development anymore. So let's use this orbital laser to attack Monumento. We can use the Seraphs once again. And maybe finally we can take over Monumento with the Golem. So Monumento is ours. These Polystradian Redeemers looking threatening though. We'll annex that settlement, and we'll move back this Prime Jellypod into friendly territory. Let's set up these Seraphs to air intercept. And we can move forwards this Carver. Actually, that's what I did with the Seraphs, wasn't it? I attacked Tiangong to keep it low health so that we could take it over. So I'm actually going to continue with that. We will attack Tiangong twice and take it over with the Prime Nanohive. So we now own another capital of a fallen nation, and I'm going to move on Chuyen now with the units I have. We might not have enough siege units to really take it over, but we'll just remain defensive, I guess. We can get this True Carver to head up to the Emancipation Gate. The one in the Emancipation Gate can be committed this turn. Awesome stuff. And that means that we are on 140 combat strength remaining. That's actually only 2 turns. 2 more turns. 1 carver here, and then we get another carver, and we win the game. That is it. So we are much closer than I actually assumed. I thought it would be 4 turns, but never mind. Let's get the microbial mine in Castellan, and at Vector I'm going to go for the microbial mine, and at Hinschluss the vivarium. And if you're wondering why I'm still like putting emphasis on what buildings I'm getting, it's mainly because what I'm planning to do is, after this campaign is finished, maybe continue on my own. So I am interested in still developing my settlements, but I don't want to do a full conquest playthrough on the channel because it will take like a really long time. And after this, I am planning to move on to a different game entirely on the channel, so I want to make room for that in my schedule. But at Hochberg, let's get the surveillance web, and at Ainsa we are going to get the Neurolab maybe. Yeah, we'll get the Neurolab. At Prosperity, we'll get the Vivarium. Let's actually have a look at our quests. Is there any other quests that we can complete? It's a shame we didn't complete this one, the Marvel quest. Neurolab in Vice Heights impossible. Covert operation of 4 intrigue or higher is pretty impossible in this difficulty anyway. And kill 1 siege worm. We haven't really encountered many siege worms. But at Central, let's get the Farmer Lab, and at Trutzberg we'll get the Farmer Lab as well. Veterancy gained for our Seraph, so let's upgrade that. And we are going to move on Pacifico soon. So let's now head towards that. We're going to use these Seraphs to take out the units in the way. So let's kill off the Jellypod there. Then I'm going to move forward this Saber. This Saber can attack the Devastator actually. And then we can possibly kill that off with a couple Seraphs. Maybe the third one in Vice Height has enough strength to take that out. Veterancy gained for this Vortex. Let's give it strength and anchor until heal. And then what I'm going to do is bombard Manuel and move out of range. Got to keep these units moving. My Savage is actually in a really good position here because it's very close to being able to attack the Exodus Gate. This Shroud can move into range actually, because those are invisible to the settlement, so we can put them in these 3 tiles around Manuel to help bombard it. At Monumento, we'll get the Old Earth Relic, and this True Carver at Vector can head towards Pacifico. We'll get this Savage to head round to Manuel as well. And at Tiangong, we'll work on an Old Earth Relic as soon as we can. And we're going to rebase to to Fogo Segredo, I think. Unless we kill off that Jellypod first with a couple of them. The third one can rebase to Fogo. There we go. Jellypod down. Aquilon moved. And we captured a worker. Let's move that on. We'll get the True Carver into the Emancipation Gate. And we shall buy another one. with energy. Okay. And this orbital laser, that can attack the Jellypod again. This one can do nothing. I might just sleep it, to be honest, so that we don't have to keep telling it what to do. We got 80 production for Weltgeist from an expedition. And just making our final few moves with these military units. And that is everything. Let's move on to the next turn. Will Tiangong be taken over? I think it will. In which case we will lose a prime nanohive, unfortunately. And it looks like my evolved CNDR is taking a beating as well. We might lose that. But at least we can start bombarding Pacifico now. We have this True Carver on the way, we have 2 Sabres in range, and plenty of Seraphs. So I can now take that back. We can put Seraphs onto air intercepts. I could just liberate the city for now. Didn't mean to give them the Carver though. Oh, it didn't. Never mind. Well, that means I'm just not losing the city. So we'll put the Seraphs onto air intercept. I'm going to move that Carver on that tile. I might just set up a nano drone cloud or whatever it was this turn. We'll keep this Jellypod back, I think. And let's see what we can do with this Sabre. So, we'll do quite a lot of damage to Pacifico. Are these Seraphs in range to attack Pacifico? I think they are, but they are pretty damaged. Let's attack this Jellypod twice with the Fury. And finish that off with a Hellion. And what I'm going to do is move these units up. This evolved CNDR can fortify until healed. I'm going to do the same with that Golem at Monumento. And at Weltgeist we'll get the Biofactory. At Entschluss, the microbial mine. And let's commit this True Carver. And then the final one can go in next turn, and that will be victory. So, yeah, only one more unit required in order to win the game there. Let's attack Manuel again. We can get my Shrouds into range. And now I can move on the rest of my Seraphs to Fogo Segredo. I might be able to move next to this Exodus Gate. I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to get away with that though. We'll get the couple of vortexes up here. And I have another Savage there that can move up. My Prime Aquilon can move on, and that can fortify until healed. Make sure my Fury moves up, along with my other units. And we are going to do a lot of damage to Manuel with the Seraph Strike, but we're going to put them onto Air Intercept for now. In Airfucht, we're going to go for the Holosuite and Seraph Invector. That can finish off the Devastator. At Trutzberg, we'll get the Sonar Net, and this Hellion can do nothing for this turn. Our production in Berat can get a network, and for this Seraph, that's going to sleep until healed. So we have an Explorer that didn't die, so we're going to send that towards the alien skeleton. We can get +1 visibility range for military units or +2 science from optical surgeries. I think we're going to get the +1 visibility range for military units. That will just overall be a lot more helpful, especially for units that can fire 3 tiles. It means we don't have to use other units to discover what's in our way. So this Seraph, I'm just going to have to sleep that until healed. That Seraph can possibly attack the Prime Battlesuit, but that's going to take a lot of damage, so we're going to rebase to Altitore. Got a little bit of a sound bug going on, which is kind of annoying. Just going to tell that one to Air Intercept. Right, this True Carver, we're going to actually phasal transport that to the front line. Up here. This orbital laser can attack the Jellypod once again. And this orbital laser can sleep. So can this one. And that Hellion can fortify this turn. So we have 982 diplomatic capital. I could have used that for something this turn, but I didn't. Gemut's being attacked for whatever reason by Brazilia's Air Force. Oh, it looks like my Shroud was spotted, and that's going to be taken out. The cannonade there, maybe enough to take it out, or maybe not. Looks like we're safe for now. Not sure about this Evolved CNDR though. Finally, the enemy Predator's falling. So, this is pretty much it. And we have 1337 diplomatic capital. Oh wow. What an ending. What an ending. This has been an epic campaign, guys. We haven't had chance to destroy the Exodus Gate, the Exodus Defense Force here. Just a little bit too much for me. I can attack it once with this Savage, but it's not going to be enough to destroy the Exodus Gate, I don't think. So we are just going to commit this True Carver and win the game with 1337 diplomatic capital as integer. That is just a perfect ending. So on Apollo difficulty, guys, we have won the game.
There were those who welcomed us and embraced the future we represented. There were those that rejected us, fleeing from our messengers, afraid of their own freedom and potential. This was our burden, the burden of those blessed with vision. And, as technology does with all things, It will heal these wounds. It will quench the fire of this transformation. Liberated from their weaknesses, the people of Earth gaze upon their deliverers with new eyes and see us as we truly are. Heroes, prophets, the saviors of humankind.
And that's it, guys. It's been a wonderful campaign, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your involvement in the comments. You definitely helped me get through this impossible difficulty campaign. It's been a hard one, but we got there in under 300 turns, so that's 296 turns. We completed the Apollo difficulty campaign with Integer on Rising Tide. But there you have it. We'll be moving on to either Endless Legend, Total War, or some other strategy game. You guys let me know what you'd like to see in the comments. I'm also looking to do the new Homeworld game very soon, so you might see that on the channel as well. But in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next series. Goodbye.